Isaiah Israel's cooking school. This time we're going to make matzo balls. And these are the easiest things in the world. I use recipe on the back of the Manischewitz can. If you use another kind, such as the Israeli, it is a different texture, so use their recipe. So let's start. First, we're going to bring 6 cups of chicken stock to a boil. We're sort of doing the ending first. I have matzo balls that are already done, and you can make them ahead. So, we're going to start off with 2 eggs. And 2 tablespoons of oil. If you had chicken fat, you could certainly use that, but most of us don't have that hanging around. It says beat lightly on the can, but I always beat it really well. And now we're going to add half a cup of matzah meal and a half a teaspoon of salt. And I like to add it gently to make sure, rather than dumping it in, it's all mixed up. So you don't get any lumps. You'll still have a few lumps, but they're fine. Mix it up well. You don't want any dry matzo meal parts. Now you're going to add 2 tablespoons of water or stock. I don't think stock makes that much difference. Mix it up and put it in the refrigerator. The directions say 20 minutes, but I don't think that's enough. I actually have done it overnight. An hour is good. But if you need to do it for 20 minutes, it'll be fine. These are rustic recipes. They're Eastern European. They're not hard. So now we're going to bring this to a boil. This has been refrigerated overnight. Now we're going to come to the part which needs some skill. Matzo balls are better if you make them often. The first couple of times you make them, you'll probably not be happy. It's sort of like pie crust. You have to know how. And I always like to make them, I barely touch them. Touch them as little as possible because you don't want rock hard matzo balls. So, you can use a spoon, as Janet Sirkin does, 2 big spoons, like this. That's why hers are oval. And that's fine too. But frankly, I don't get that fancy. I make smaller ones if I'm having it as part of a dinner. I make bigger ones if they're going to be lunch. You can freeze the matzo balls. You can make them ahead. And I have frozen them in the soup. You can also add cooked noodles and vegetables to make it more of a meal. These are made out of your pantry ingredients. You have eggs, you have matzah meal, and you have oil. And that's really all you need. So if you can't think of anything for dinner, this is it. Now we're going to cover the pot. The directions say 30 minutes. I say a minimum of 45 minutes. If you like them cooked all the way through, at 30 minutes they will be a little more solid, and a lot of people like that. I like mine completely cooked, so even small ones will take 45 minutes. I'm going to make the soup. You can make homemade chicken stock, and I usually have some in my freezer, but today I used 1.5 boxes of chicken stock. And I'm going to put in carrots and celery. And I cook those for about 10 minutes. And after they've cooked, all you have to do is add the matzo balls. Be gentle. Don't throw them in.